Previously on Nier Replicant.
Oh, you're kidding me!
Back to the episode.
Welcome back to Nier Replicant. In the last episode, we pretty much went through the whole junk heap and the world tree, or whatever. And now we're about to go back to the junk heap to get our weapon and kill the boss.
It's my mission.
Same
I
dialogue.
don't care about.
Alright, just running straight to the boss area.
Intruder detected. Scanning. Scanning. Exterminating.
Looks like he found it. Good lord, it's enormous.
Intruder detected. Scanning. Scanning. Exterminating.
Look at the shade!
That thing is commanding the robot somehow.
Aim for the legs! Knock it down! Take out the shade!
Exterminating. Ing. 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 Must defend my mission.
Oh, damn it. That's a shade. It's a shade!
Kill him! Kill him! Feel the hate inside you.
Watch for falling debris!
Look out!
Escape. 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 No. See the world. Early. 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 Must protect. Must fight. Khalil. Together. Be alone. Be cry.
You stupid machine! You killed my family! You took everything from me! Why did you have to be here? Why you? Why?
Beautiful. What a perfect example of humanity.
You know, I've been thinking, why was a shade hanging out with a machine?
It appeared the creature was actually issuing orders to that mechanical minion.
Do you think the shade had a reason for what it did?
Actually...
Look, it doesn't matter what a shade is or isn't thinking. All that matters is that we kill every last one of them.
Right. Sure. The idea of a shade trying to protect a robot is goddamn absurd. Still, you guys should be careful.
What do you mean?
If the shade inside me ever takes over, I'm probably going to attack you.
That's not gonna happen. You are no shade.
The lad is correct. You are many things, hussy, but a shade is not one of them. Shades, for example, do not come equipped with such foul and scurrilous mouths.
How about I cram your face up your own asshole, book?
Don't worry, Kaine. If your shade ever takes over, I'll stop you.
You will you? Thanks, Emil.
I cannot fathom that village setting up a mercantile. They must have truly opened their minds.
Yeah, I have my doubts.
Aren't you glad to be going back home, Kaine?
Home? place is a shithole.
Don't be so nervous, Kaine. We'll protect you.
I got me taken care of. Worry about protecting yourself.
Ooh, the village. It's home to so many terrible little memories, isn't it, Kaine?
Shut up, shut up, shut up!
We do not desire.
We do not desire needless conflict.
If we can continue to live with humans,
Then we can continue to live peacefully.
But that young man will come.
Yes, the young man will come.
He will kill us all. Women and children included.
What should we do? What can we do?
Okay, so obviously you know where we were coming.
Everyone.
Vice!
Beware, this man is a shade.
Damn it! It's a trap!
I figured as much.
You guys sure are taking your goddamn time.
1,000 apologies. We were distracted by the local welcoming party.
Want some help?
A carnival of murder? I love it! Yeah!
Kaine, the villagers are possessed!
But not all of them. Some are still human, so be careful.
Put down that weapon. I beg of you! Get out of here! No way! I'm not gonna abandon my own sister!
Kaine, what's going on?
Don't be fooled by this lady. She's a shade.
No! No! You people are the monsters here!
Stay back, kid. Your sister is one of them now.
I don't care what she is! She's my sister, and I love her.
Kaine!
Stop it! Don't hurt my sister!
What madness. These people are behaving as if we are the villains.
Kaine!
Kill them! Villagers are under attack over there.
Damn it, Kaine! You gotta get up! Emil, watch Kaine. I'll go clean up over there.
All right.
What's happening?
By my pages, is this beast a shade as well?
That thing sucked up the villagers.
No! If we keep this up, we're gonna kill them all! We can't let that happen!
I feel something from within the creature.
Look out! Something's coming!
I already know what I gotta do. Oh god, I fell.
He's gone. His instincts have taken hold. The ultimate weapon is being deployed.
Ah, fuck. This ain't good, Sunshine.
Uncontrollable magic. It is new. That was my only thought as I unleashed a magic powerful enough to destroy not only the Shade, but everyone else as well. All of them. So many innocent lives. Destroy, eviscerate, crush, kill. These are the dark impulses that overwrite all other thoughts. As a being that was created to be a magical weapon, these are my instincts. Or maybe it's better just to call them our instincts. Emil's dream. Rampage. Oh shit, alright. A klaxon sounds from deep within the bowels of the laboratory. Thick metal shutters drop down, sealing off the room with a series of dull metal thuds. Abort the experiment. Number 6 is out of control. Everyone get out of here now. Get out. The researchers' words are abruptly cut off as the massive hand materialized out of the gloom and lifts him high into the air. The researcher begins to scream. He screams and screams, the sound echoing off the walls of the laboratory, until the hand squeezes down, coating the room in a deep crimson hue. The rest of his colleagues stand in silence, mouths open, unable to process what they had just seen. Then a female scientist takes a step back and lets fly with a heartbreaking wail. But this is a terrible mistake, for the sound of her cry suddenly brings forth a monster in all of his terrible glory. His body is a bloated corpse, its head a grinning skull, and it is massive, many times the size of a human. The head lolls from side to side as it trumps about the room on all fours, bringing the mind the wild maneuvering of some wretched starving beast. This creature, this thing, is experimental weapon number 6, also known as Halua. No, oh no, please stop. Oh god, save me, save me. I don't want to die. One by one, the demanded cries of the researchers are silenced. If number 6 understands their petitions, it pays them no heed. Instead, continuing its rampage of destruction and slaughter with a focus that borders on obsession. After an eternity, the screaming stops. The alarms fall silent, and only then does the creature make a sound, howling out with an unfathomable roar that echoes up and down the empty halls of the blood-soaked laboratory. It's a sound that curses those who had dared bring such evil into the world, and yet one that also seems to be pleading for help. 2 sets of footsteps echo in the otherwise silent corridor in the first level of the laboratory. One set belongs to a young boy, his eyes blindfolded and his hands restrained. The other belongs to a severe man in a long white coat. The man dragged the boy along by means of the long chain attached to the set of shackles on his wrist. Rubble is scattered here and there across the floor of the corridor, making the journey an exceedingly difficult one for a boy who cannot see. Excuse me? Can you please walk a bit slower, sir? I'm not used to being blindfolded. And rather than stopping, the man only increases his pace, causing the boy to stumble in an attempt to keep up. This last humiliation proves too much, and the boy finds himself unable to arrest his fall. Without the ability to embrace himself, he topples to the floor, smashing his head on a pile of debris and causing a trickle of blood to worm its way down his pale, frightened face. Agonized by the pain, the boy inadvertently opened his eyes, causing the falling drops of blood to emit a strange crackling sound before transforming into tiny white rocks. Close your damn eyes, roared the man. Yes, sir. Stampers the boy as he slams his lids shut. He hasn't realized the blindfold has slipped off during the fall, but now he keeps his eyes squeezed shut so tightly that sparkles appear against black of his vision. The boy is Emil, also known as number 7. He is a magical weapon whose eyes are capable of turning to stone anything that falls under their gaze. Don't look at me, barks the man. Never look at me. I'm sorry, sir. I'm looking at the ground now. So if you just hand me the blind. Instead of waiting for him to finish, the man extends one foot and presses Emil face to the floor with a heavy black boot. Sir, stop. You're hurting me. I told you to keep your eyes and your mouth shut, so do it. The man knows this boy. This weapon could wipe him out with a single glance, and yet subduing him in this way gives him a sense of relief. After making it certain the boy is sufficiently cowed, the man leans down, retrieves the blindfold, and knots it tightly around the boy's quivering head. Right then. On your feet, let's move. Emil staggers to his feet, trying to ignore the red liquid oozing down his face. Blood doesn't matter. Pain doesn't matter. All that matters is finishing the job they had set out for him to do. The second level of the laboratory is even worse shaped than the first. The environs are littered with rubble and rocks, making the thought of the descent foothold laughable. When the man's eye lingered in the section of rubble stained in deep red, he had some sudden image of a warm, gooey brownie slathered in a strawberry sauce. His stomach lurches at the thought, but when he attempts to avert his eyes, they land on the remains of a human being rendered into what could only be described as paste. The man blinks. His mind goes strangely blank before attempting to determine exactly how many humans had to be sacrificed to create a scattered piles of flesh around him. After a moment, his thoughts simply cease altogether, as if his mind realized that trying to put such a thing into form is folly. You can go the rest of the way on your own, says the man in a voice much weaker than he wishes it to be. I mean, what does it matter? You're not even human. You're a monster. With this, the man spins around and dashes back down the hall. A helpless Emil simply listens as the footsteps of his erstwhile captor fade into the distance. Emil finds himself alone in a room with a stench of death and blood. For a moment, he considered opening his eyes, but the thought of the horrors that await him quickly squashed his plan. Instead, he stands still and listens intently. Eventually, a far-off sound reaches his ears. That's a howl I heard before. Emil resumed walking, using the sound of the distant voice to guide him, almost as if it was calling him home. By the time Emil reached the third level, he is moving on memory as much as sound. His hands and face are covering in fresh wounds from numerous falls, but every time he thinks about giving up, his mind returns to his sister. We studied together, we ate cookies together, we cried together, we laughed together, and sometimes I was the only one who got yelled at. That's why I was never alone. Our being together allowed me to stay strong. For Emil, his sister was all he had to live for. So holding that feeling close to his chest, he presses on one slow step after another. Finally, Emil finds himself drawing close to the certain experimental chamber in the deepest part of the laboratory. The howl is very close now. As he touches the switch that controls the door, he thinks about his mission. Number 6 is the ultimate weapon. She is his sister, and he must turn her to stone. The door slowly opens, revealing the massive interior of the experimentation chamber. After a few steps, Emil removed his blindfold and slowly opened his eyes. His sister lurks before him, but she looks nothing like the girl he once knew. Instead, he sees the savage beast crawling on all fours through the shredded remains of researchers. As the thing that has been his sister stops and tilts its head in Emil's direction, he focuses his gaze on it. A series of soft crunching sounds emerge from the creatures as his magic does its terrible work. First the fingers, then the hands, arms, legs, head. What little color the beast once possessed fades into a dull ashen gray, and yet somehow it summons what strength remained and pulled itself to go towards Emil in one slow, lumbering effort at a time. Wailing, the massive monstrosity closes in. Is she worried about me? Or is she coming to kill me? Emil feels prepared to accept either outcome. After all, this was his older sister, the person he loved more than anyone else in the world. Alua, The moment Emil speaks, number 6 comes to a sudden halt. Silence descends on the chamber as assemblies stare at each other. I'm sorry, Halua, but everyone says you're too powerful. They said it's too dangerous unless I seal you away. I'm so sorry. As Emil watches her body begin to turn to stone once more, number 6 simply waits in utter, perfect silence. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. The moment number 6 petrification is complete, her memories flood into Emil's mind. The two of them huddled together in the cold. All alone in the... Oh shit. I was holding down the button. The moment the petrification is complete, Emil sinks into his knees. Frozen sister and a little brother racked with sin, along with this cold cage, the two of them weep in a single silent voice. It was our combined power that destroyed the Aerie. Whole existence, entire lives, even their memories. We took it all. We took everything. My sweet, gentle sister turned into a monster. And the same thing will happen to me now that I have her power. If my instincts as a weapon win out and destroy me in the process, that power ends up hurting someone I love, I...
What have I done? I killed innocent people. I killed them all.
But you saved us. If it wasn't for you, we'd all be dead. We owe you.
But I...
It's all right. Really. Don't look back.
We had best be off.
Yeah.
Back to the village.
Hey, Popola.
Ah, you're back.
Have you learned anything?
I'm sorry, but it...
I see. Well,
Oh, how about... Well, Can I ask you to...
sure thing.
Yeah, the ferryman disappearing. Alright, this is the end of this video. If you guys enjoy it, leave a like and comment on the video, and I'll see you guys next time.